Hi guys, we got another customer's car here. Just something we thought we'd touch base with you. This is a 2008 Ford Focus. This customer's had several other issues, but today we've got it here looking at the air conditioning. We hooked up to it. The system was at 0, like literally atmospheric pressure. That is a pretty extreme leak. So I really didn't think it would hold pressure at all, but it actually is holding pressure on the pressure test. We have dropped 2 psi already in a little less than 2.5 minutes. We start this timer at 15 minutes, guys. So about 2.5 minutes, we've already dropped 2 psi. Well, we just dropped another half psi. This has a delta pressure of 7 psi, guys. So effectively, if we hook this up, we set it, the gas will compress on itself to a degree. That is the first test. But the delta, as long as it's not leaking, will stay within 7. Then we raise that pressure, build the gas up again. That allows everything to collapse on itself. Run the test again at a higher PSI. So on average, we typically start right around 200 for the first test. This one we started at 211.5. Okay, set a 15-minute timer. We need to be within that 7 psi delta to keep it from, it'll fail if it goes over 7.5 psi. The second test will go up by usually 10, 15 psi. We'll take it up to 225. Right in that area, we start it again. And then the third test is usually at 250. We need those to pass, consecutively pass that. It cannot drop more than 7 psi. We need those to pass before we'll actually do any further repair work, or we're confident our repair is completed. This vehicle was at 0, which is very rare. That 0 psi atmospheric is either somebody intentionally did it, they took all the Freon out of it, it has a massive leak, or the compressor seal has failed and it may pass this test, but fail while the vehicle is actually running. So looking at the compressor on this car, there is quite a bit of oil and dye built up across the top and the front seal of this compressor. I really expected it to drop faster than it is, because even if we had a hose leaking, we would see a delta that's more than this. So we're a little under 4.5 minutes in. We've already dropped 3.5 psi. I don't think it's going to pass this test. And then what we'll do is we'll start taking a look at it to see if we can find out where the leak is coming from. I'm going to concentrate on the compressor because I can visually see oil and dye there. So I'm going to start there. If we don't catch anything there, then we'll move to all the O-rings and seals, evaporator core. But we'll have an answer for him here in the next 15-20 minutes.
Just so real quick, just what are you finding?
This is actually going in and testing up near the evaporator core. So we typically go in through the evaporator core drain, but this one is hard lined and goes straight through the firewall. There's no easy access to it without drilling a hole in the box. So your next best approach when you're trying to get the sniffer in there is going to be going through one of the lower vents. And we just want to see one of the floor vents if we're going to be able to, if we're going to pick anything up.
Oh, because it definitely seemed like you were.
Yeah, we got a small hit. You gotta make sure you're not disturbing the probe tip. So we like to get it set effectively. We like to get it set and then leave it alone. Let it do its own thing.
Gotcha.
So we want to try and get as close as we can to the evaporator core. This vehicle doesn't have a cabin air filter either. See if it's got an evaporator temp sensor, you can go in through there as well. It's this one. Looks like it does, but I don't know if we'll be able to get a reading from there. Got it set on high, so it's going to pick up everything and anything that because of what the test gas is formulated as. If you're in there moving it around,
you start on high and then you reduce it right.
Right. Thank you. Ah, perfect. There you go. Evaporator temp sensor came out. We'll see if we can get the probe tip to go in there. We may not have enough room. Because that evap core temp sensor literally sits right across against the evaporator, if you can get into where that sensor is mounted, it's a very good place that if you're getting any kind of hits, it's pretty definite that the evaporator is leaking.
So we've got the compressor, possibly the clutch, and now the evaporator.
Yeah, the compressor clutch, I believe, is definitely leaking because it changes. When we rotate the clutch, even by hand, we're dropping pressure significantly faster than if we just leave it alone static. So, and this, an open here would explain even more so the zero pressure. It's open in the evaporator. That's just a metal, it's a small radiator, really. So, you know, if you punch a hole in it, eventually all the pressure is going to go away. It's the same as a balloon, right?
Yeah.
So, and I mean, this isn't huge hits. It's kind of spiking here and there, but we are getting pretty regular hits coming from, and all I'm doing is just holding this in the opening of where the evaporator temp sensor goes.
Now
So,
we have this under our high pressure test, correct?
Right,
So
yes.
would somebody be able to see this and say at low pressure?
No.
The vacuum.
No, absolutely not.
Right. And
No.
that's one of the advantages that I'm always
Right.
talking about is
Yeah,
because
definitely.
we do a low pressure and a high pressure test. A regular, you know,
Under,
our system's going to find a leak that somebody else isn't.
Right. Under vacuum, man, you're not going to have, I mean, all you're going to be doing is creating vacuum inside this box. You know, all you're going to be doing is creating vacuum inside of the evaporator core, and so you're just sucking air.
Right.
You need something that's going to be positive pressure, the way the system works, and you need something with a tracer that you know, like we have here, where the machine can pick it up. Otherwise, you know, there's no way to detect it.
Well, I'd
be
willing to bet that another shop will replace the compressor and the compressor clutch and send them on their way.
Right.
And then a few days or weeks later, they're back again going, it's not working.
Yeah. And they'll climb all over this thing looking for the next leak, except they'll never find it unless they tear into the box.
Yep.
You know, we have one more trick up our sleeve we're going to try. I'm going to see if it'll fit in this particular vehicle. We're going to check and see, but I may be able to actually go in and see the evaporator core. So,
whenever you want to talk, you can. Just you were saying, I don't want to see whatever.
Yeah, we don't want to, we just don't want to we don't want to call something false. You know, we don't want to tell customer they need something and then find out they don't.
So if we can get in here and actually take a picture of it,
right,
in a video, and send it to them,
if we
confirmation of what we're doing.
Yeah, if we can see it, you know, it it looks like we've got, I mean, it's the sensor's picking up something. So I'm thinking, I just want to see.
Hey, what is that big thing? The Autel Max-Kool Ultra, is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Max-Kool Ultra Gen 1.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, we're going to use it. What do you mean digital inspection camera is disconnected?
It's showing that it is.
There you go, guys. There you go. There's your view inside of the evaporator box. So, go down. What we're looking for, guys, is any dark spots, oil, anything like that. Okay, so see if I can back this guy back out of here. All right, you're gonna see two different cores here, guys. Okay, this one is our evaporator core. This is our heater core. Okay, this is our blend door. Okay, you want cold? This guy rotates this direction, closes this off. All of our air moves through our evaporator. We got cold air. You want hot? This door is going to rotate this way, and then we block off this side. There's our heater core. Hot air comes through this box and into you. That is the inside of the blower box that you guys don't ever get to see. So, what we're looking for is we want to get down here towards the bottom. I'm going to redirect our probe here. We're going to see if we can get down and take a look at what's going on at the bottom, because if we have an issue or leak, it'll be, we'll see it closer to down here, down near the bottom. Our other camera, when we can use it, this has got a very small inspection camera, but this one's only 5.5 millimeters. Our other one is an 8.5. I like it because we can steer it. This one, unfortunately, I mean, being a smaller unit, we don't have the ability to steer this camera. So we basically just kind of put it in and, you know, bend it and try and guide it to where we want it to go. I'm really trying to get this guy to go down in here so I can kind of take a closer look and see what we got going on. She wants to go straight ahead, but it doesn't really want to come down like I want it to. That evaporator looks pretty clean though, guys. I'm not seeing anything there. So if there's a leak, I would say it's got to be very, very minor. And it could have been. I think our primary issue is going to be that compressor. I think that's where we need to start. Then we need to run another pressure test on it after we're done with that. And we'll rerun this test. Our best way to absolutely nail this down would be effectively to drill a small inspection port in the evaporator box. Put both our larger inspection camera and our probe for our tester directly in here into the box. So, looks pretty good. Oh, what is this? What is that? What is that, guys? You seeing that? Take a look right here. You see that? That and that right there. That could be guys, the beginning of a, let's see if we can, I wonder if we can. That right there, guys. I'm seeing it. This right here could be what we were seeing as the beginning of a leak. That's not normal. This honestly should look completely clean like the rest of this box does. Going in a little further, you see silver, no issues. That right there may be what we were picking up, guys. Could be the beginning of an AC leak right there. That right there. That right there, guys. There it is. That's a good one right there. That's not normal. So, yeah, that's what our tester was picking up, guys. So we know for a fact the AC compressor is leaking because, like I said, just spinning that thing slowly by hand, our pressure just dropped. So we got a bad compressor. Definitely got an evaporator core with a leak. And looking at the, you know, the condenser, reality of it is, the smart way to do this repair is just to replace it as a kit and then effectively do a condenser as well, compressor, condenser, replace expansion valve, flush everything, and then, you know, we need to get in here and replace this evaporator core. So, yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Yep. Yep.